announcement for all the faint-hearted. You might want to dip before the jerks get started. If you like frank conversation, then pull up a seat. If you like the unexpected, then you're in for a treat. But you're not a captive, there's no ransom to pay. You can just hit the X if you don't want to play. Don't like what we do, then you can hit the X. Don't like what we say, you can hit the X. Don't want to join the crew, you can hit the X. You don't have to stay, you can hit the X. This is not a hostage situation, you can hit the X. This is not a hostage situation, you can hit the X. This is not a hostage situation. Situation. This is not a hostage situation.
You're embarrassing yourself. Go to bed.
We made it.
You made it. Everything come out okay, Soup?
Yeah, it was you this time. Tell the truth, Liza.
You need me to hook your bra?
I was sitting here all of a sudden backstage, y'all, and Soup yelled the F word at me.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, I gotta poop."
Yes.
And a lot. Well, yeah.
Okay,
Look.
here's the truth. I thought I was all set to go. I had my preparations ready, and then the video wasn't formatted correctly, and I had to go back and reformat a very short video. And that's what took so long, because it does that. But that's the truth.
And StreamYards is looking kind of different, y'all.
It is too, yes.
So we were baffled by the new. I feel like Restream and StreamYard are competing now. That's what I'm feeling.
Well, I'm just going to hit that little arrow, and it makes that go to the side, and I don't have to look at it and feel like I'm...
Yeah, I'm distracted by it.
Yeah, it was distracting me. I feel like, we've been away a while, and it really felt like, man, how long have we been away?
A month?
Yeah.
A month.
Well,
Yeah.
it's good to see everybody. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
We
We
got to
missed
do
y'all.
better.
Yeah.
We're
So it's
sorry.
the four of us tonight. Bugsy isn't feeling well. Please keep her in your prayers. And Perla's off working on something else that she's passionate about, but she'll be back with us real soon.
Oh, yeah. But you got the four of us.
Yeah.
We've got some exciting stuff to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Casey Anthony, and we're also going to talk about the TikTok psychic. So this is going to be an interesting show.
Oh, and also maybe for future reference, I'm not sure exactly when we're going to do it, but we were talking today about maybe looking into this new thing that's kind of, and it's been around for a little while. I'm just hearing about it, but this big Scamanda thing.
Scamanda.
Yeah. So we might be talking about that pretty soon. So if you want to catch up on it with us, maybe see if,
Hulu.
check it out. I know there's a documentary on Hulu about it. And there's also a podcaster named Charlie Webster that has really got a lot of information about this lady. She faked the C word, the cancer.
Mhm.
And and she ended up going to prison for wire fraud.
Yes.
So, yeah.
We've seen a lot of people fake cancer just watching YouTube.
Yeah, it's definitely on the rise, the faking the sicknesses.
Yeah.
And what people aren't remembering is where they're at. You're on the internet that's full of sleuths.
Yes.
Right. They're gonna sleuth you out.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we're gonna get into a little bit of that. So maybe y'all might want to watch some stuff. So maybe you can join in with us. And
I know Ert. She's back to Ert. She has watched
I love
the
it.
Scamanda stuff, so she
Oh,
knows
okay.
quite a bit. I don't
Speaking
know.
of ERT, real quick, can I run through these milestone members?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
We got ERT, member for 18 months, says, yes, y'all are back. Love and miss you, jerks. And then we got Grandma Sherry, says, I'm a jerk. She has been a member for 10 months. Thank you, Grandma Sherry. And then a member for 16 months, that's Archangel. She says, glad you're back. And then we have Little Devil, member for 4 months. Great to see you, beautiful ladies. So thank you, members.
Thank
We
you.
are glad you're here.
And
All right, carry on.
Pollyanna. Well, we
Why am I
love
not
you.
seeing Pollyanna's? Oh, because it's down here.
Yours just popped up.
Here we
yeah.
go. 18 months. Oh, I thought I clicked it. 18 months. Pollyanna says, love you, ladies. Thank you, Pollyanna. We love you.
We love all you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us, being here with us.
And waiting on us, because I'd be frustrated if my, one of my favorite channels hadn't been live in a month. I beat myself up. I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to
Lady
Hey,
7 Up.
Shambles.
Lady 7 Up says, I love you, ladies. She's been a member for 8 months. I think everybody should have a free membership milestone available to you, because we haven't been on for a month. So
We definitely need to make it up to our members too. Amanda.
yeah, we need to plan a members only live.
Hey,
for
Shambles,
sure.
welcome in.
So I'm
I've got
sure
a really good idea for a parody.
you do. That we love that. Man, we used to have a good time with those.
We did.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to say something real quick. Watching the TikTok Psychic was like watching a parody, by the way.
Right?
Could not believe it was real, that this woman, well, we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah, let's start with Casey Anthony.
And I'm sure most of y'all already know about Miss Casey Anthony. It wasn't even 24 hours. And TikTok, Instagram,
Everything blew up.
it blew up. She disabled her comments, which is a good sign that she's not well received, because anytime you see a YouTuber, creator of any sort, disable comments, it's not a good start. But who are the 20,000 people that liked her post?
Right?
Ooh,
Trolls? I don't know.
maybe to
I
find
don't
her?
know. Does
I don't
everybody in the chat know? Do y'all remember who Casey Anthony is?
No.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I know you do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. Oh, Pollyanna does not. See, because she's
Oh, wow.
not from the States.
Pollyanna,
A true
Pollyanna, you
crime.
nosy. How can you not know who that is?
Pollyanna
Because
loves.
she's not in the U.S.
Well, I know, but Casey Anthony's in all countries.
It's international.
She's
She
international.
hates-
I was waiting for it.
She's hated by all people.
That's one thing we all come together on, right? We lost
Well,
Tanga.
Casey had that beautiful little girl, Kaylee, who
Yes.
she
Yeah.
claimed went missing with Zanny the nanny and carried on a bunch of lies for everyone. Hey, Kim.
Kim.
Glad you're here.
See, I told you Pollyanna knows. She said
Oh,
she knows who it is. It wasn't her that liked the post.
oh, that makes a lot more sense.
See,
Okay.
I know Pollyanna's nosy like I
Good.
am.
I
So
don't have to
she
keep
knows all the
explaining
things.
about this woman.
Tanga, where did you go?
She had to go poop.
Again?
She's not even. She is like totally off the. What the heck? That was really sneaky of her.
Poof.
Yeah.
She'll come back. All right. So I'm going to pull this up for a minute. Hey, you know what? If StreamYard is competing with Restream, I might not have to mute when I play something.
All
Hold
right,
on.
give it a try.
I'm going to give it a try. You let me
You
know.
all let us know if she echoes.
Okay.
Okay.
March 1st, 2025. This is my first of probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011. And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter.
Boom.
Right there. That's about the part that clip that was taking a long time. That's all I was uploading. Her daughter? She
Advocating.
needs to advocate for her daughter?
Yeah.
Bitch, where were you advocating for her when you didn't report her missing?
It's a good question. But now she wants to advocate. And watch her, how she's so serious. She really believes that the world is going to take her serious. And I've got a question. What is Substack?
I don't know.
If anybody knows, let me know. It was mentioned a lot in this 3-minute clip, and it's behind her name. Casey Anthony.
I forgot to Google it.
Yeah.
Daughter is Kaylee Anthony.
Never heard of it.
Parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not.
So she had to go there right away. I got to stop for a minute. So she, of course, has to bring up her parents in a sneaky and sly way to let us know it's not about them. But no one asked if it was about them, lady.
But she says that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen what's been posted on there? She's posting clips of from her, remember her little interview thing? What was that? Little special, Casey Anthony special?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
And she's like, what does he need to apologize? She's posting clips from that on her TikTok too.
We see where she's trying to go then, don't we?
Yeah. She's, I don't know. Go ahead.
Just the fact that she brought them up in that sly, sneaky way. This isn't about them. Doesn't matter. Not about them. There was a reason for her to do that, and she's not as slick as she likes to think.
Well, it just
Not
shows
even
that there's
close.
been no growth throughout any of this. You know?
Yeah. Zero. It's in her face. It's in her body language.
To respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself.
Let me go back a little bit because hold on.
Respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done.
So she's going to respond at some point to some of the things that her parents have said and done. She wants us to know that. Okay.
I think that's the motivation for what, she's releasing these little selective clips from that.
I think
special,
you're on to something. Yep.
The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself. I'm doing this both personally for me, but in a professional capacity. Moving forward, the majority of what you will see will be me speaking in a professional capacity.
Can we just say we
My
don't
goal
want
is-
an introduction to her?
I don't.
Did
Yeah.
anybody want to be introduced to her? I never wanted to know her. I wish I didn't ever hear of her. But
She's not doing this for her daughter. She's doing this to get back at her parents.
yeah, she's doing it for her. It's
Yeah,
not,
I think
it's
she
just
really
all about
likes-
her. She
She likes
that
the attention.
she does.
you know?
Yes, definitely.
She wants everything to be about her.
But I
she
agree with TJ on that.
She
too. I
wants to
think-
slight her parents
Yep.
True.
every chance she gets.
Mm-hmm. And look at the likes now. It's up to 32,000. Like, what are you people okay? Not y'all in chat. That's like a blanket statement to these idiots that actually liked this post.
You see that there's no comments, people? There's no comments because she's turned them off, so you can't not comment.
Them off.
Well, I can imagine they weren't kind.
She was getting flamed in her first one.
I believe that. I wish we'd have snuck in there quickly and got some screenshots.
Well, my daughter was reading me last night. She was over here and we were talking about it. and she was showing me her TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but she was showing me all kinds of TikToks of people, because she has her comments turned off, of people making TikToks about her turning her comments off and what they were saying in reply to this. And there is nobody sticking up for her. They are, they're mad as hell about this.
I would imagine so. And does she have another child?
That's what I'm wondering. Does she? Because, man, that's like, ooh,
Yeah, I hadn't heard that, but that's a very scary thought.
a very scary thought.
Hey, Amanda. All right. Want to let it play again?
To continue to help give a voice to people, to give people tools and resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to. So with that, please join me on Substack. If you have questions, I will set up an email address where we can correspond directly. Up until this point, that has never happened. And it's only going to be on a limited basis regarding...
Oh, ma'am, stop. You act like you're so important. The only people going to be reaching out to you are trolls and idiots. Stop.
Just like I'm only going to speak to people that say nice things to me. I'm taking Substack as some sort of social media platform that I've never heard of.
It's a vlogging site or something,
Yeah.
or a blog. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
it
can
is.
newsletters and.
But she
But
actually
she needs to be
so
careful
important.
with any legal advice that she's handing out. 'Cause There's something called unauthorized practice of law, and she can get jail time for that.
Yes, she can, Tanga. You make a good point there. She sure can. Join me on Substack. I've never done this before, but I will be trying this going forward.
Well, she's apparently worked with, her defense team because, when she got out of jail, she had nowhere to go. And so they've just been filling her delusions. So she's been kind of working for them. So she's
Rock a
been
bit.
good.
I see them pins. Sorry.
I don't know what that means, but
I'll fill you in later.
all right.
Legal issues, legal matters. One of the main reasons that I'm doing this, there are people close to me who have been targeted and attacked recently. There are also people close to me who have had some recent things occur. And when necessary, people needed to step up, myself included. So
What in the heck is she talking about? Who close to her has been targeted or attacked that they needed to reach out? I'm very confused by that statement as well. I feel like she got on here and rambled a little bit.
Did they need advice about how to get away with murder? Because that's about the only thing
Right?
I think she could provide me with.
That's the only thing I can think of.
I was telling you girls the other day that Casey Anthony had a huge impact on our impression of how the justice system works for justice for kids. How many of you guys, when the Simon case was going on, or this most recent case,
Megan
Boswell case, I saw it so many times. She's going to get away with it, just like Casey Anthony did, when there's difficulty finding the cause of death because these mothers have done this to their kids where they made it so they couldn't be found for quite some time, and people lost faith in the justice system after Casey was acquitted. People kept expecting, and I am happy to see, like in the Simon case and in the Boswell case, that it didn't go that way. It kind of
because you make a good point. It set people on edge. It really did, that it was going to be the same outcome. And like I said, I think it was last night, it did. It made people lose a lot of faith in the system. It reminded me of the time when O.J. Simpson wrote that book, If I Did It,
right.
it shows that certain people in certain positions, the same laws don't apply to them. With Casey Anthony, man, I'd never seen a case quite like this.
It was so strange, and I think juries are a little more inclined to take a look at the preponderance of uh, what do you call it? Evidence, circumstantial evidence, and when there's a ton of it, I think that they do. Well, Grandma Sherry makes a good point. The state overcharged her, perhaps, but she did all them things.
Yeah.
I think they were really mad after they ran all over Orlando, and chasing Zanny the nanny and all of that.
I just feel like it's so brazen of her to constantly put herself in the public spotlight the way that she has ever since all of this happened. I've seen her on several little news shows over the years, people doing updates on her and stuff, and it just, the balls on her to do this after getting away with something so heinous. You think he would just find a rock somewhere and crawl under it.
I would spend the rest of my days under a rock. I do believe I would.
Did she not pay attention when OJ was acquitted? That people didn't all of a sudden think that he didn't do it?
No, it didn't work that way for him.
No.
It really didn't. And when she comes out, the times I've seen her, she's always got this attitude and this cockiness about her. She's so cold.
She does. She's a little snot.
She is. She's a little snot. I'd smack the fire out of her in real life. I'm sure people have, or at least attempted. I don't think she can even go anywhere without some type of security. I don't know how she does it.
I don't either.
As a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community, women's rights, I feel that it's important.
I got to go back.
Included. So,
yeah, she said that.
As a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community, women's rights, I feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me and now look at
it was thrust
a
upon
blessing
her.
as opposed.
What?
No, it wasn't.
Is she trolling? What is she doing?
She's delusional.
Well, I can't think of any community wanting her to advocate for them.
It was thrust upon her, TJ.
I can imagine any community. So, guys, we've got somebody here that's really eager and willing to help. Everybody put your hands together for Casey Anthony.
Now raise your hand if you want her to advocate for you.
I can't imagine if one of you guys came to me and told me Casey Anthony was your advocate.
I cannot believe this. It's like I'm being trolled by this idiot. But she's serious. She's dead ass.
To the curse that it has been since 2008.
Let me go back a little bit.
That I use this platform that was thrust upon me and now look at as a blessing as opposed to the curse that it has been since 2008. With that, these aren't going to be perfect. They're not going to be edited. Most of the time, they're not going to be short. But I am proverbially standing in the light, embracing this piece, still going to keep my privacy intact. So you will get very comfortable with my car. And
ma'am, I don't know if you know how this goes, but now that you have been thrust up on the internet, you're about to find out what the internet can actually do, especially somebody in your situation. I know somebody that could find you right now just off that tree leaf back there.
Yes, Steph B, that's right. She is Casey of the Light now.
Casey of the Light. But I don't think she's prepared for that. She thinks she's going to keep her privacy intact. I don't think you will. This isn't going to go how you believe it's going to go.
I will explain in great detail why it's so important for people to protect their privacy. It's not just important to public figures, it's even more important to private individuals. And with the current climate in our country, especially, it's that much more important, which is why I am utilizing the Substack platform.
That made no sense. Did that make sense to anybody in here?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm glad. I'm going to rewind that a bit.
It's even more important to private individuals. And with the current climate in our country, especially, it's that much more important, which is why I am.
You're rambling, ma'am. You're nervous, and you should be.
The world needs her, is what she's saying. The world just needs her right now.
With the current climate. It's very important to keep your anonymity. Wow. Okay.
Utilizing the Substack platform. Yes, I am advertising this and publishing this on TikTok, possibly also through other meta platforms, but my intention is to separate from that and showcase even more why Substack is such an important resource for people to utilize moving forward.
Is she coming on here to be what's she doing this for? Substack?
Spokesperson for Substack, or and is Substack related to Meta, to Facebook?
Yeah,
she said
Meta
Substack
is
and Meta platforms.
Instagram. What else is Meta? But yeah, definitely Facebook and Instagram. I guess TikTok is Meta too.
Substack you have to pay for.
Grandma Sherry says TikTok is not a Meta platform.
Right.
But that's the end of that. I wanted to stop it before it got to the end.
Yeah, I'll show you some of the other things that she has on her.
Yes, an infomercial. Thank you, Steph B. That's the word I was looking for. It's like it's an infomercial for them.
This is what she put up before she did that car video. Prior to that, I'm trying to go live. People are reporting my account.
Shocking.
I'm going to tell my side of the story and answer any questions. No, you're not. You turn comments off. You're not.
You're willing to keep gaslighting everybody because you don't want to be accountable for the shit you did.
Oh, Lord.
Then this is just something talking about there are many fake accounts in my name, in the name of my daughter, or simply to spread hatred, being labeled as a boycott account. Anyway, more of poor Casey.
I have intentionally limited the public statement that I have made, my exposure to the media. Oh, God, I can't stand this lady.
Yeah. This is her only account.
There are several accounts, and some of them have more followers than her real account.
Yeah, this one will say it'll say Casey Anthony and then Substack.
Yeah, Substack. Let's not forget that. She doesn't want us to forget it.
And it says 16 years since my name became a household one. See that? Even that has gone to her head in the wrong way.
Oh, it has.
She thinks she's a star.
Right. She's an advocate and a researcher, guys.
Do you know who this reminds me of?
Who?
Gypsy Rose.
I could see the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
I bet by next year she's got some Substack Casey license plates.
No, she's got to protect her anonymity. Mm-hmm. She's going to teach us how to do that too.
Right? That's why she's all over TikTok.
Yeah.
It's going to be SS Casey.
Using her real punchable face.
It's so punchable too. Let's be real for a minute. Is that not the most punchable face y'all seen? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're honest and you want to punch her in the face.
Drop a 1 in the chat if you're honest.
Or a fist. Because I mean, that really is. Just the way she came on with all that. Oh, what's the word? I've got so many. Everybody wants to punch her in the face. Extremely punchable. Well, Casey, I got news for you, girl. We'll be watching out for you, as I'm sure that the whole internet will. And before you know it, you'll be doing a lot of those car interviews, Substack, and somebody's going to pull up on you, and we will be screen recording. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah, I was just like, why? Who said we needed Casey at this time?
Nobody.
Who said? Nobody.
She was thrust here.
Oh, I forgot.
I hate that now. Thrust.
Tanka's gonna be saying it constantly now.
Mm-hmm.
You know how she is.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other thing that we wanted to talk about is, has anybody heard of the TikTok psychic in that case?
You know you have.
I had not until y'all told me about her.
Yeah.
Well,
anybody in the chat familiar with it?
It's such an interesting thing to talk about, and I'm glad that you brought this up, Eliza. I wanted to talk about it because as I was looking into it, I was like, oh my
She's
God.
a wackadoo.
She is.
Definitely.
I watched, what y'all shared, and I'm like, what in the world is wrong with this lady?
Yes, Grandma Sherry.
That's her.
That's her.
That is her. Let me share screen. I'm not going to play a lot of his video, but let me pull this up for those of you who don't know her. This guy gives a really...
Essentially what she did, let's see if he tells you. And then...
Oh, yeah, he gets right into it. Well, let me... Fair use, educational. I'll put that in the thing afterwards. We'll drop his link. I'm not going to play much, sir, so please no striking.
On November of 2022, a massive tragedy happened involving students from the University of Idaho. This became our TikTok psychic's moment to essentially ruin her own life. How? Well, by falsely accusing a professor, claiming that she had an affair with one of these students and was behind the tragedy.
I did a reading when I saw Rebecca Schofield on the history department's page on Rebecca Schofield and her connection. I also did readings on some of the other people and their connection. What came out on their reading is how they responded to the crimes and how they were feeling about it. What came out in Rebecca Schofield's reading was how she implemented it, how she planned it, and why.
Why would she do this? We still...
So, real quick, and to save ourselves from any copyright and strikes, this lady kind of puts you in the mind of Ziggy. She uses her cards, psychic abilities, which I don't really believe she has any. Ziggy, take note. That's right, Pixie. Thank you, Tanga. She does a lot like Ziggy does, uses her cards to falsely accuse people. And in this case, this woman did this in the Idaho 4. She accused a professor, wasn't it, Eliza?
Yes.
A professor at the University of Idaho.
Yep.
Of having an affair with the girl who lived, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Well, she gets sued.
Well, she says that she was involved in planning of it too.
And the planning of the Idaho 4, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Vicky. These psychics, I'm telling you, they're playing a dangerous game. Thank you, Grandma Sherry. We needed that. Thank you.
She was asked by the court if she had any actual evidence because they filed, well, it's an ongoing civil defamation case.
Yeah.
And so they filed against her and she come back and, she's just telling them what her spirit guides and whatever is telling her. And they're asking her if she has any actual evidence. And she said, that they were discriminating against her and her spiritual beliefs because they weren't counting it as objective evidence. And then she got shot down, of course, because...
Well, And she
There's not
represented
evidence.
herself. She thought representing herself would be a good idea. That's always a good indicator of somebody's thought process too. I've never seen it go well for anybody to represent themselves, either civilly or criminally.
What is it that they
Oh,
say?
no.
Who represents himself as a fool for a client?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's what they say.
It doesn't make sense. The only conclusion I can really think of is attention, because she claims she's a psychic and that she solves crimes. But now, in reality, the court just deemed all this to be slander, and she's essentially lost everything in court. And she was given so many outs, but refused to take any of them and continued to double down over and over again when she received a cease and desist.
Like, I have physical evidence against Rebecca Schofield that validates everything that I've said about her, but I can't speak on it now because it has to wait for court. So hopefully court doesn't take too long.
That response is just so wild.
That is so wild. So hopefully court doesn't take too long, because I got things to do, like get my nails done. What? Girl.
And exploit other people.
Yes. Ziggy, take notes. You're next.
Because it doesn't make sense. If you really have all this evidence and you're on this mission to expose the truth, why are you not sharing it with the world? Because you're being sued either way. But then to just make things even worse for herself, she follows up with these videos when the professor actually sues her.
I've been against people, big and small corporations and giants and systemic policies and racism, and won. They all regret coming against me. All of them.
No, ma'am. Not this time. Not for this one. Knock it
Nope.
off. Nope.
No regrets.
No recur. Stop. Stop.
Now Rebecca is going to be added to that list of regretful people. I haven't been served yet, but I'm actually gleaming with excitement. I am going to immediately start planning because I cannot wait to present my ideas in court regarding Rebecca Schofield and her role in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students.
As the story plays out, we realize that she's all bark and zero bite. But if the situation could be even more insane, she decides to represent herself in court. Clearly, she's not a lawyer. So she was just absolutely doomed from the start. Ended up missing deadlines, which technically should have lost her the case because she didn't respond to the request of admission, which means the professor technically admitted to all the allegations. And to catch
What?
Yeah.
What? You
Delusional. Delulu.
you guys up with all those, I'll have myself from the past explain those. And that is, admit that you have stated publicly that Rebecca Schofield had an affair with Kaylee. 2, admit that you have stated publicly that Rebecca Schofield was involved with what happened to the victims. 3, admit that plaintiff did not have an affair with Kaylee. My understanding is plaintiff is Rebecca Schofield here. 4, admit the plaintiff was not involved with the Kaylee and the other victims. 5, admit the only basis of your statement that plaintiff had an affair with Kaylee is your spiritual research, intuition, and instincts. So I can't believe this is a real case. You would think this is a parody, but it's real because we're reading it together here.
You would think that this is a parody. That this isn't real.
It can't be real, right? Same thing I think when I hear Ziggy over there telling stories as she goes through an entire deck of cards.
Flopping them cards down real angry.
It's got to be a
Looking for the
parody.
ones she needs to paint the story she'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, admit that the only basis of your statement the plaintiff was involved with the of all the victims is your spiritual research, intuition, and instincts. 7, admit that you've never been to Moscow, Idaho. 8, admit that you've never been to the state of Idaho. 9, admit that you're not aware of any physical evidence linking plaintiffs to the 10, admit that you're not aware of any physical evidence showing the plaintiff had an affair with Kaylee. 11, admit that you never said plaintiff communicated with Brian C. Koberger about the until Mr. Koberger was arrested on or about December 30th, 2022. So she really was just clout chasing throughout this entire thing. This is such a brain dead grift on the TikTok psychics part because, I mean,
God, I love the way he said that. Brain dead grift. That's what it was.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it comes down to that's how she was building her channel. That's how she became popular. I don't know anybody else that told a bunch of lies to build a channel and get very popular.
No, we've never seen that before, have we? Welcome to the trauma sector where that's all they do.
And like when updates happens to the case, she then did like psychic readings, I guess. And then she was like, oh, she was communicating with Mr. Koberger. Okay, well, good thing you said that after they arrested the guy. 12, admit that you've...
Pixie said he hasn't met Ziggy. I'm sending him a clip. I hope you do. I need his email. I'm going to his about section and I'm going to tell him about. Please do, Pixie. We all need to spam his email about Ziggy.
Oh, I'd
Never
love to
said
see
plain
that guy commentary on Ziggy. Sorry.
It would make my life. I would love it.
Had access to a white Hyundai Elantra until after law enforcement publicly stated they were looking for information about a white Hyundai Elantra in relation to the on or about December 7th, 2022. 13, admit that you've never communicated with Jack. That is a messed up one because I think I covered this in the first video I ever made on this situation. So here, Jack, if I remember correctly, is one of the close friends of one of the victims. This egotistical, moronic TikTok psychic decided to make a whole story claiming that this professor somehow forced Jack to go through with this horrific action. 14, admit that you have never communicated.
Who's Jack?
I don't know.
I don't even know who Jack is.
I'm not real familiar with all the names of the victims in the Idaho 4, to be honest.
Yeah, that wasn't a case that I followed closely at all.
TJ, you know who Jack is?
I've heard it, but I'm not sure. I have to think on it in a second.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay,
the
with
chat will
Brian
let us.
C.
Oh, sorry.
I said maybe the chat will let us know. That's all.
Yeah, they probably will.
Koberger. That's the guy who's currently arrested for it, who they believe did this. But skipping through this a little bit, you have...
Oh, Grandma Sherry, Kaylee's boyfriend or food truck hoodie guy.
Okay, I do
Thank
remember
you, Grandma Sherry.
food truck hoodie guy.
Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Jackie, or and Grandma Sherry, and all
Yep,
the people.
and Jackie.
21, admit that you have no written information showing the plaintiff ever met Jack. This is what I was talking about earlier, where she was claiming that the professor forced Jack to do the unthinkable. It's so what? I mean, the whole thing is just so disgusting. I'm happy the professor is about to get justice as well. 22, admit that you've never...
Can you imagine what this professor literally has been thrust into? She don't even know this lady.
Right. And then she is being accused of something so horrendous.
Like one of the worst things you can
out
be.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
She didn't know the psychic either. It just is, it's crazy.
Well, she got so much attention because of these TikToks that the police started investigating her.
Well, she put out over 100 of them.
Yeah. But of course they found nothing. So,
right.
You know, thank goodness.
This poor lady.
Received any information orally from another human being showing that plaintiff ever met Jack. 23, admit that you received and read a cease and desist letter from Stoll Reeves LLP dated, she basically proved that by posting this video.
I'm about to put this demand letter Rebecca Schofield attorney sent me by the tissue so I can wipe my with it.
And then the next are just like admitting to receiving a whole series of cease and desists. And then 30 is admit that you became aware of the press release describing the request for admission. You continue to state that the plaintiff was involved with the... So essentially, the police put out a statement saying, hey, we have no evidence that this professor did this. So she saw that and just continued making video upon video, still claiming the professor did this. But the judge seemed to be somewhat lenient with her and let her respond late. So the TikTok psychic decided to come back on her high horse.
I think that's how y'all want me to feel about a measly ass $75,000 lawsuit that I'm going to win. Oh my God. Rebecca is suing me.
But this lawsuit...
Oh my God. Girl, you ain't got a sense of humor. You're corny as hell. A $75 lawsuit, $75,000 lawsuit. And I got a feeling you're going to have to pay that. Something's going to come out of this. You just went too far.
Shambles wants to know if we're using thrusts now in sentences.
Yes, we're going to start using thrust.
We've been thrust into it.
We've been thrust into it, Shambles. Substack. Look it up. I didn't know either.
Thank you, Stars, for being a member for 18 months. We love you.
Yes, we do. Delia Woo says there are so many out there in a complete delusional state. Lori Vallow, Daybell, that like she will exonerate by Jesus Christ. Can't wait to see that trial. Wait a minute. I thought that trial was over. Wait, no. Chad Daybell's.
Yeah. I can't wait for hers. I'm going to watch every day of that one.
I know TJ's going
Are they going to televise it and stream it?
The who, what?
The Vallow.
Chad Daybell.
Oh, I don't know for sure yet.
I hope they do. I want to see.
I do. I think they were debating that.
That one was something else
I haven't
too.
heard for sure. But I hope so. Because I really want to see it.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people do.
But you know I'll be on it if they do.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
That one? Yeah.
That's your jam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
TJ loves trials, y'all.
Oh yeah, I'm on all of them usually.
She's our trial queen.
Yeah.
Me and Tits, we're usually on them trials. But Eliza and Pearl like them too, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been watching the last couple. I was really getting into them.
Yeah.
Karen Reed's getting ready to start back up.
Yeah, I want to see the new Karen
I was
Reed.
watching that today.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
They're arguing for
watch that
motion
one.
for dismissal.
I'm gonna watch that one. And I want to watch it because I didn't watch the last one because I was watching the Vallow stuff.
Yeah.
The Daybell trial.
It's a really good trial to watch.
Oh
Yes,
my
I'm
God.
gonna be watching
Are you
that.
seriously? That Tyler, she is sick.
Yeah.
Oh, that she's.
After everything she's done, she's going to let that come out of her mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm going to stop his video. I don't want to play too much of it. Our channel's in good standing. Want to keep it there.
I dropped his link again. That's a Tozy, and he has a lot of great videos, actually.
I've never watched him. Great commentator.
before.
Great commentator. He broke that down. Eliza was very interested in the TikTok psychic, and he was the first one I landed on. Who's Auntie Bev? Punchable faces.
Turtle Boy received another witness tampering charge.
God, don't tell BTM. He can't stand it.
What I started to say before I cut out there, it's raining here. It never hardly rains, but it's messing with my internet. But
You need it.
Yeah, we need it. Did we get that man's channel name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped it in chat.
Perfect.
A couple
Okay,
times.
that was what I was wanting.
Yeah, I'm
know,
familiar
make
with
sure
his
that we-
channel, so I knew who he was as soon as I saw his face.
Yeah, that way people can go check out. He had quite a few videos over there about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But the big takeaway with this is that, her case, she lost. Spoiler alert.
Right.
She lost. And, that they ruled that freedom of speech doesn't protect her from saying things that she claims her tarot psychic told her. You can't just do that.
Yeah. And now the case is going forward for damages. I mean,
Yes.
she's going to be held accountable. And I think that it's great that legal precedent is being set like this. I think this shit needs to stop. All these creators that say these things, matter of fact, like they know this has to stop, and not just the psychics.
Not just the psychics. I was about to say the same.
Right.
I mean, in this, yes, most people call it a community. I call it a sector that we're in. Well, we're not really in trauma, but we see a lot of it. Yeah, not just the psychics. I mean, not to get into the case. Let me just say this. We are not going to talk about the case. what I'm about to say is I'm just talking about the things that surrounded it, is with Sebastian Rogers' father doing the vigil. How you feel about him, that whole thing became such a circus. It's been on repeat for day after day. This happened, what, Saturday? Today's Wednesday. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. You're
Today's
right.
Wednesday. That's all they've talked about.
Yeah. Have they forgotten that there's a missing young man?
Yes. They don't care.
They really have.
I've missed it all. I don't watch any of the Sebastian stuff. I was telling you guys
I don't
right
either,
before we
Tanga.
I
started
can't either. I
that
can't
as
either.
soon as it started looking like a circus, I just quit watching any
Yeah,
of it because
me
I
too,
think that's
Tanga.
so disrespectful. And I saw that happen in Summer's case, and I wish I'd have stepped out faster than I did. And I wasn't
Same.
going to do it twice.
If I see a creator and they start talking about him, I'm gone.
I leave. Yep.
I do not want to hear
I don't
what
want to
any
hear
of
about
them have
him.
to say.
I'm sorry, TJ. I don't want
Oh,
to hear
no, I'm
about
sorry.
him, and I don't want to hear about his parents.
No.
Stop it.
It's just not a good look. And
I'll
I'm like,
listen to it when there's a court case. Then I'll listen to all the things they have to
Yes.
say about all the people. But I don't want to hear it
Exactly.
now. This is
Super
gross
right.
what they're doing.
It's
And
not
how,
a good
and you
look.
know, here's what I want to know though. How in the world does any of them think that they have any way of knowing that any of that is the gospel truth? They
They
don't.
don't.
They
don't.
just want to run with it and cause so many problems. And all it does is take away from that child.
Well, the drama is popular. Like, take our numbers tonight, for instance. When we're talking about drama, we have much bigger numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight, you know, we're discussing this and we've got 63 people in here. We love and appreciate all of you, of course. But I'm just saying that is the stuff that makes your channel popular.
Yeah.
Mhm. I
Yep.
kind of like it like this, though. Sometimes this is nice. It
I do
feels
too.
cozy.
It does.
Yeah. And I can keep up with the comments better.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely like it when it's like this, but I'm good too when there's 200.
I
I
am
hate drama, but I will never do drama around a missing child. I could never.
No way.
No. And, you know, y'all got to think the more they do, the worse it is. And not one single one of those creators have ever found a missing child
No one.
or
No.
led investigators or law enforcement to a missing child or had any viable evidence for law enforcement. Not one single one of them.
I have
All
a,
valid. All valid points.
do
Mhm.
you guys think that they honestly believe that they're helping to find this child?
No, I don't. I do
Ziggy
not.
and Fred
Or do
do.
you just think that they're in it for
Wait,
the
what?
con
Did
and
I
the
miss the
clicks,
question?
the views,
Did
and
it
the
cut out?
cash?
Will you ask that again?
I
Thank
said,
you.
you know, do you think that they honestly believe that they're helping, or do you think that they're just in it for the clicks and the views and the cash?
They do
I
not.
think a little of both.
Maybe
Yeah, I
some of
think they want to be the one that figures out, has the puzzle piece that solves the puzzle and all of that, but they don't.
I think they want to one up the other person.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Yeah.
seen it. I've seen them try to one up each other. One will go live, the other one will go live, and then another one will go live. It's the same thing. It's just a different live and a different YouTuber. I will never call them creators because they're not creating nothing. I wouldn't even call myself that. I just flip the live button and here I am. I'm not creating. But
So
it's
many.
one live after another live after, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it draws them in. I'm telling you, you'll see
It does.
thousands in the chat,
Mhm.
and then they'll go to the next one, and then they'll go to the next to say the same thing that they said in all the others, and then they love to get up on the panel and preach and act foolish. Rowena, I'm gonna mention you for a minute. You looked and sounded so block me again, lady. I don't care. You sounded so stupid the other day. I got to mention you real quick. Where did I see her at? I forget whose panel. It was the Bees. And I ain't got nothing for Justin. He makes me sick. He makes my stomach turn. But the way Rowena was going for him, saying, I want the worst of the worst to happen to you, Justin. I mean, the worst. You need to pipe down, lady. You're doing too much. The Bee likes you, not really, but she's pretending because you buy 50 memberships at a time. So you're in good standing. She don't really like you though. And you got a wrench now. So you can calm down. You're making an ass of yourself, getting up on panels and doing stuff. I don't even care if it's towards Justin. I don't care who you're talking about. Talking about, I wish the worst for you. Just calm down, lady. But they'll do that, and then she'll go to another one. There's a lot of people like her, to my original point. And they'll get on another panel and get on their soapbox about one of the parents or somebody covering the case. You're all doing the same thing. You're no better than the next. I feel sorry for his poor monkey. Thank you, Shambles. It just made me sick to hear her talk like that. And I used to talk to Rowena, and she didn't act like that. And to hear her wishing the worst on somebody, I thought, this has really gotten to you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. I've seen some really, really good creators or some really good channel holders, I'll say, out there that have really become some of the worst, all because of this, because of this whole case. And I've heard some things coming from them that I never thought I would hear. And from a lot of these people that hop up on these panels, like Rowena.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree 100% what you're saying.
Yep. They get up there and I don't know if it's like maybe they're feeling accepted or something. And I don't even think they're speaking from the heart. I don't think they're speaking off conviction. I think that they're honestly speaking off trying to sound better than the next one.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing, in my opinion. Y'all are embarrassing yourselves. All of yous doing it.
They're losing themselves.
Yeah.
They're not individuals anymore.
And their credibility.
Definitely that.
And the worst part is that all of this is damaging. It's damaging to this missing child's case. That's the real problem.
It is. Definitely.
Hey, LTT.
And how many times have we seen when those of us that love to watch trials, when cases get to trial, like they already knew. The police already knew. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. They know.
Yeah.
Ziggy, dear TBI.
Yeah.
Tap, 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 tap.
And that's another thing. I'll speak on her for a minute. We got Fred sounding like Boomhauer off to the side, mumbling about a case that he's just making up. He is literally, as he goes, every time she strikes up alive, he's making up a story as he goes. And the people in the chat, they just eat it up. Thank you, Fred. Thank you for all you do. Thank you.
Have you seen that new channel, Sue? There's a new channel out called Fred Said. And I saw it. It's so good.
Oh, they came across my recommendations. Fred Said.
Yes.
It's
just got little bites of things that Fred has said that you're like, huh? It's good.
And shout out to them for understanding, Fred. Look, I'm from the same area. I don't know what that man's saying no more than I know what Jody says.
I can't understand what he says.
No.
And I'm from the South.
Right.
I'm like, huh?
This is honestly what I hear when I hear Fred.
It's the mumbling, yeah.
You know what
I mean?
He's got a mouth.
I'm trying to look for the channel and I can't find it. I was going to drop it in chat.
Can one of our mods drop the Fred Said channel?
Yeah, I want to subscribe to to
has to be subbed up.
That channel, yeah, they've been on Fred's ass.
I've been enjoying it. It's been really
Well,
entertaining.
I mean, just let him in on what his words used to be before he changed them up.
Right?
Before he changed them up.
What his first, second, and third story was.
Well, because Fred will say something and then he'll say something about that again, but it won't be quite right. And then, what? That's weird, Grandma Sherry.
That is.
Wow.
But he'll say something, that's not quite the same, and Ziggy will like narrate for him and go, right, Fred? Right, Fred?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, for the next, I'm going to say couple of months, they'll be talking about the vigil. Justin will be driving somewhere with a monkey in his car. I don't know if y'all saw that last night.
Hartley's clip was so good.
Hartley has the best clips.
I love her clips.
She goes way back too.
She does. If you go way back in her clips, you will see some really funny ones of chasing Tracy back in the day that are just hysterical.
There's the Fred said, "Thank you, Pollyanna." Okay,
thank you,
Pollyanna. Yeah,
somebody
that
said,
Fred said, and cursed by cursed. She comes in here. What's the name of her
She
channel?
changed her name.
It's not Curiosity. It's
Cursed Rude AF.
Rude AF, right. But she's also another one that nails Fred with his own words. And those are both really good channels. But
I've seen some pictures of Justin's monkey. Man, that monkey's got some better looking makeup than Justin does.
that monkey's cute. Nothing against the monkey.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna show y'all this. Hold on.
There we go. First is rude as fuck.
Amanda says the Friggies have been in hiding lately. Oh, really? I think they're getting ready for Easter.
The Friggies?
Yeah, I think the Friggies are getting ready for Easter.
Well, they were both thrust into this.
They were thrust into it.
I hate y'all now. Okay, if anybody cares to drop, I'll get it. I'm gonna pull this up. I want y'all to see this. I left it in every Discord I was in. I just gonna leave this here. It cracked me up.
Yummy. She's ready to take over the world now. She's ready to take over the world. Yeah. She just wake up.
Tit said earlier, I hope the monkey. I hope the monkey pulls out his hair plugs.
I saw that. I don't know how she does with striking and copyright and all of that.
Hopefully not, since she's using others.
Right.
She does transform. We've used her stuff before. She's never been.
I love her. I do love her.
She's got good stuff.
She does.
I don't know why he ever thought getting a monkey was smart for a pet, but monkeys are the worst pet you could ever have.
Yeah, and they live a long time.
They are not good pets.
They live a long time too. That's like a lifetime commitment.
No, I know, but they're not good pets. I mean, he's got kids. They're not like safe pets.
No, they're not. I've seen them turn on people. Horror stories.
That's just not smart. You know, I'm sure he did no research whatsoever before he just went out and bought a monkey.
And then he monetized it, poor old Pearl, right away.
Wow.
He had a channel he has one for Pearl the monkey, not our Pearl, the monkey Pearl.
The monkey Pearl.
You know, when he got that, he had that already in mind that he was going to have a monkey channel.
Yep. And he puts like the baby cam on her and shows her playing in the baby pen or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about, playpen.
Yep.
And people watch, and he's making money off of it.
Well, there are so many exotics out there that people buy, and then they can't handle them as pets, and then they get misplaced, and then so this is going to be a whole thing. You watch
because they live like up to 40 years, don't they? This type anyway, I think.
Yeah, and you know it's going to be sad because this is pretty thing for him right now. But when reality sets in, it's going to be a whole different story.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Did we acknowledge Steph B's membership milestone for 11 months?
No.
She said, "Thank you for the laughs today."
Oh, Steph B, thank you for being a member for 11 months, almost a year. Grains never land. I'm going to load up this zoo of 2 dogs, 5 cats, and I hope, God dang, that is a zoo. And go on tour. She's going to go on tour. That's a good idea. Monetize it. People will watch that stuff. The monkey's climbing all over him as he's driving. Now I want y'all to look right here. Look. Look. He's driving.
Is he driving the Tesla, though? That thing drives itself, right?
I hope so.
It kind of looks like that Barney Fife.
I know it does. It does. It does, TJ. Shit.
Can you show that one?
Let me find it. It does. Let me find that one. That's my favorite. There it is. Eliza's on it. That's
Eliza, you need to add a monkey to that.
So just forever dropping that in Discord.
I do. I love that's my favorite gift. Anytime Heidi gets on a panel, dropping Barney. Anyway, look at this dang monkey all over him while he's driving. Crazy. Who's that? Ziggy and Free?
Oh, damn.
The holler bunny.
The holler
bunny.
Look at those leggings.
Told you, they're getting ready for Easter.
Grandma Sherry, welcome back to membership, ma'am.
Grandma Sherry she's like, wait a minute. Where did my membership go mid-street?
She was on it, too.
She was. Oh, God.
I don't know what Ziggy's going to do about Easter basket stuff. She can't go to the dollar store to buy it.
She done
She's
pissed
going
them
to have to
off.
pay full price.
Dollar store said, get out of here, lady. We are
Dollar
sick.
General? The DG?
Yeah.
We're sick of
She's
you.
going to have to go to Walmart and pay the big price.
She was checking out Sam's Club the other day.
Oh, that'll never work.
Yeah, she was in there looking around. She was surprised because they let her in without a card. So, they did the whole tour. And I'm like, please, Fred, don't steal anything while y'all are.
You can go in without a card.
You just can't check out.
Before he left.
Right.
Of course, they didn't buy nothing.
The card?
They didn't buy nothing.
Why would you go into Sam's?
They were, in their defense, they were waiting on Caitlin taking their SATs. So then they went for a walk and then they saw Sam's Club. And it was really cold. So they went in there.
Pixie, welcome back to members. They missed you terribly for 10 minutes. I love it.
It was like 9.5 minutes, the worst minutes of our day.
But we're struggling. You should see the back chat comments where we were crying.
Oh,
I
God.
love Pixie. She's
I
got that
know.
smart ass humor
I
like
do
I do.
too.
She's one of my favorites. She has me in tears half the time. And Amanda, I'm sorry, officer, the monkey's arse was in my face. I wonder what a cop would say to that.
Pixie wants to know how you get kicked out of the Dollar General. Well, we know a lady named Karen with some stories.
Well,
A
you
new
go in
membership
there.
was
Was it
thrust
Brenda?
upon
Brenda.
a new membership was thrust upon Grandma Sherry.
It was thrust upon Grandma Sherry. Oh my God.
I keep getting memberships thrust upon me from
The
nonsense.
big nonsense.
Yes, every month I get a membership in there.
And you don't even go to nonsense's
No.
chat. You never did.
Dude, I get them a lot too, all over places I never go watch.
Yeah, I don't know how I do
And I
it.
swear I get one almost every month for Queen Bee, and I don't ever watch.
Mine will expire, and 2 days later, I got another email.
Yeah.
Bugsy gets really lucky too. Apparently, she was awarded a free membership in Purple's the other day.
Oh, great. I bet she's loving that.
That's
I'm
always
sure
fun.
she's excited.
Who?
Bugsy.
Bugsy. Bugsy always is green and purples. It cracks me up because she does not buy the membership, but she's
Here's the thing. She just doesn't want us to know that she buys the membership.
And she's in there giving them hell
She's
the
a
most.
fan.
She does. She gives them the most hell.
In the nicest way.
Think YouTube knows your friends in Discords and tries to bring you to what they want. They know something.
They do.
Because I'm not even subscribed to the B. Won't do it? No.
Well, I mean, I've been over there a
Me
couple
either.
times when I've heard something's going down, or you know what I mean? I've gone over to check it out, but I can't do, like, I hung out with Ziggy back in the day when they were like 10-hour streams, and I can't do that shit anymore.
The angry
Tits
one.
has been thrust with memberships from the bees for 11 months now.
Damn, Tits.
I think I have 2 tits. And she tells them, shaking the bushes, babe.
Maybe we shouldn't say thrusts and tits together like that.
It does sound weird.
Shambles, you're golden. I heard her say something last week. She was describing her memberships, and it was the weirdest way. She was like, okay, what you do is, this is just regular memberships. You got to get a bumblebee or a golden bee. And she said, then you come into the Discord, you come into intake. Okay, intake. Then she'll have a conversation. Her jailers, I guess, will have a conversation with you. And you got to wait to come into the jail. Yes. Intake.
What?
Serious?
Somebody needs to thrust some brains on that one. And a vocabulary.
Intake. I mean, yeah, a vocabulary would be very helpful for her because all I hear is, motherfucker.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then she's gone for like an hour and a half, and poor old B10's just up there, mumbling, reminiscing, talking to himself.
And his vocabulary consists of like skedaddle and stuff. So, that's not entertaining.
No.
Speaking
And now
of vocabulary, I would like to tell everybody a new word I learned over the weekend.
Okay. Is it thrust?
No. Satisfaction.
Eliza,
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'll load it up.
What is it now? Say it again.
Satisfaction or
satisfaction? I think Purple was trying to say satisfaction. Eliza clipped it, and I lost it.
I did too.
Oh my God! Leave it to the
She
pigeon.
butchered it so bad.
Did you do a stage, and it's
it made me giggle. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Satisfaction. I'm like, what is
So
this?
funny.
idiot?
Satisfaction.
Oh, it's bad, TJ.
Wait
Oh,
till you
my.
hear it.
It's processing.
You're not the only one that knows how to smuggle drugs into the prison system.
All right, Soup. I'm going to click the video.
Oh, I'll keep talking so it'll work.
Oh, thank you.
Play me on your channel. It gives me satisfaction.
Play it again. Play it again.
Play me on your channel. It gives me satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Oh my gosh.
I needed that.
I actually love this so much.
Can't get no satisfaction.
Stop it.
That was like the highlight of my weekend.
I love when Eliza comes in with the little things.
I do. They're always so funny.
Her and Pearl kill me.
That's what I miss most about our Discord was that fucking soundboard. That thing was everything.
Our
sounds pretty good.
I miss the Jessica soundboard clip thing.
Yeah.
The chicken. That was my favorite.
If I want to smoke some meth, bitch.
Oh, shit.
I love it. Our soundboard was the best out of every Discord I've been in.
There was a button for every moment.
And we would clip each other saying fucked up shit and put them in there.
Another one was, is his name Mike Rad?
Oh, God, that's the best. Is his name Mike Rad? Tits.
Will you stop doxing my GD husband?
We do, Pixie. Sometimes I just want to fire that Discord back up for that soundboard.
It was so good.
Oh, it was.
I wanted to get the soundboard clips and put them on here and just randomly hit buttons.
That would be good. I wish that they would have that function.
What if you can do that with Restream?
I'll check it out. Do it.
Think you have to buy a soundboard.
You can buy one?
Yeah, you could buy a soundboard.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. What do you think, Doug? Remember?
Oh, yeah. Doug had that shut up, share soundboard clip thing.
That was the only good thing that he ever did was shut up, share.
Yeah.
Oh my
But then
God.
he ran that into the
the
ground,
shit out of
too.
me.
Oh, really?
I was over that fast.
Men love the soundboards. You're right. You can buy them. Buddy's got one, not the one from this sector. Not, yeah.
Well, I think men in general are more excited by tech, right?
They like to push buttons.
They
That's it.
do.
Yeah. They just really like to push buttons, and they don't realize like the audience that they're playing to and how quickly
it gets
it's not
old.
funny anymore, you know.
Like the Buddy Lee. Vicky, you in here. You know how Buddy Lee loves the glass shattering sound? Okay, about the 50th time I was done. Every time somebody said something, he played the glass shattering sound. And I thought, okay, we're good, buddy. Yeah, put the soundboard away. What, Amanda?
Oh,
Look at me.
She said, well, that's kind of a weird way to put it, but I can relate to that because I've had a few surgeries, spinal surgeries, where they had to go through the front of my neck. And at first, yeah, it's weird. It looks like a couple pieces of bologna slapped together.
Ew.
But then it like flattens out and it's nice. It takes a while though. Exactly.
It flattens out and it's nice.
It does. Like, well, you can absolutely tell I have scars on my neck, but like they're not raised and gross.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at first, yeah, they're kind of puffy and weird.
Well, maybe Heidi will see more action on that one than she does her other one.
Jay.
She did.
Oh God, y'all! I hate to because I'm having a good time.
It
But
is
I gotta
about
get.
that time.
It is. It is. And
Yeah, I got to get
little
my pot pie on the oven.
Yeah, I got to eat something too.
pot pie,
Yeah,
chicken
chicken
pot
pot
pie.
pie.
She made
Yeah,
that nice today,
Oh, that sounds good.
doesn't it?
yeah. I made one at lunch for my daughter to take home, and then when I got home from work today, I made the other one.
I
That's
made
how
chicken
you
noodle
know we've done
soup.
a good show. That's how you know, Grandma Sherry. You be yourself. I have. We've done our job.
Pollyanna.
Yeah.
They didn't have live. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay. Bye. I'm
Love
gonna
you.
leave too.
Yeah,
Bye.
Grandma
Love
Sherry, I
y'all.
think we're all at the age where, I mean, we might be ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
I can still hold my bladder. Thank you very much.
I'm kidding.
It was great seeing everybody in chat, and glad we could come live for y'all. Missed
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had a
everybody.
good time tonight.
Yeah.
me too.
Oh, and don't forget, everybody, if you missed it, you came late. Look up that Scamanda thing if you want to follow along with us. We're gonna be researching that.
Yeah, I think we're going to be back next week talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting. So we're gonna try to talk about her. So we're gonna just thrust right into it.
We are.
Well,
Well, if you guys want to, we can go ahead and close out. Maybe play that last pigeon clip one more time and go into the outro.
yeah,
All right.
there you go.
I'll play it a few times and then we'll close out this
Okay, good
stream.
night,
Thank
everybody.
you all for
Thanks for
being
hanging
here.
out with us, guys.
Good night, everyone. Hang on, let me get to the. There we go.
Play me on your channel. It gives me satisfaction. Play me on your channel. It gives me satisfaction. Play me on your channel. It gives me.
Oops.
Play me on your channel. It gives me satisfaction.
Good night, everyone.